Hi everyone. All right, welcome back to the introduction to shuffle drumming, and we are now going to start talking about drum fills. Now, if you follow any drummers nowadays, you realize that drum fills can consist of so many different ideas, all around the drums, using every surface, using hand to foot combinations, all this type of stuff. We don't want to delve too deeply into that. We want to pick out some real appropriate style fills that work with shuffles that would be musically appropriate and make sense to other musicians. There's always room to get out, there's always room to solo, but we want to make sure we do them at the right time and we do the right type of language. Language is real key with fills, is making sure that you can speak the language of the style and the language of the form that you're playing. We're going to just start in a simple triplet type of fill um, situation where we play just triplets on snare drum at the end of a phrase. Now, we will cover this more in later lessons, but the idea of blues or shuffles being typically, not always, but typically situated in a 12 bar phrase. So the fills will come on the 12th bar and we'll do what's called a turnaround, which comes back around to the one chord on measure one again. If you want to start with some simple fills, some more simple fills, you want to do sort of, a half bar fill, like a 1, 2, da 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 da, something to that effect. If you feel like you're at a more climactic part of the song, perhaps you want to do a full bar fill. So 1, 2, 3, 4, da 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 bang. All right, and it's up to you, and it's up to the situation. And again, we've spoken about reading the room and using your ear. So I'll give you two examples of that. I'll give you a 4 bar phrase with a half a bar, 2 beats of triplets on the snare, and then a 4 bar phrase with a full bar of 4 beats of triplets on the snare, again using the standardized basic shuffle. Here's your half bar fill. 1, 2, 3, 4. And using the same groove, I'll give you the full bar of triplet fill. All right, and this would be on the 4th bar all the way through the bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, well, that's pretty simple. I've done fills like that before. Sure, very simple, very easy, easy to digest. But that's the key, is that you want to make sure that your fills are relatively easy to digest musically for the other musicians, or else you might be stomping on their solo and that type of thing. As you do get into more hand-to-foot combinations or different language with your fills, they can always be used depending on how much quality control you have. They can be used in solos or when the song is sort of really building to a climax. But you need to be careful not to get too busy. Blues is not really an overly busy style typically. You want to, again, accompany what the other musicians are doing. Now, notice on my triplet fills, I used a hand-to-hand, alternating hand feature, okay, or sticking. I'm going to do the same fills right now, but instead of doing hand to hand, I'm going to give you a right, left, left, right, left, left, all right? And what that allows us to do is move around the drums. So I'm going to give you a couple different variations with a full bar fill, moving around the drums with the accent on the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. And with that, I'm just leading with my right hand. The first note of each triplet is an accent, and the left hand are more ghosted notes, a little quieter, doing your left-handed doubles in between those notes. Now, again, some of you may say, well, that's pretty simple. I've done things like that before. Great. It's the right language. It's good. It's what people are looking for. What I'm going to do with this version of the fill is now reverse it. I'm going to put those left hands first, left, left, right, where the accent is now on the upbeat. And I think you'll find that this is the more appropriated language for jazz and blues type triplet fills. Okay, so left, left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right. I'll do a full bar fill. I'll first do that on the snare, and then I'll move around the toms, and you'll hear how that translates to the music and the whole groove. Okay, here we go. One, two, three. And that's a more interesting language, is more syncopated type language where the emphasis is more on the upbeat. And you'll find that, again, with triplet-oriented figures or jazz-oriented figures and shuffle-oriented figures, that you're going to find the upbeat is more the emphasis with that type of language. And then if you wanted to do a combination fill where it's some downbeats and upbeats with right, left, right accents and left fill-ins, it would sound something like this. One, two, three, four. And again, despite some different sticking variations I use there to kind of round out all the triplets, it's just those accents going on downbeats and upbeats and kind of swapping with each other. And that's more the language of the fills, all right? These fills are pretty typical in other substyles of shuffles as well. And I will be using some of these variations in upcoming lessons as we start getting into different subsections of blues and shuffles. Stay tuned for them.